Hi boys and girls, it's Miss Elizabeth again. I just saw a few of you and your mommies came in to get your packets and your cookies, but I want to finish our Bible story. So I talked about, right, the man with the jug, how he came and they found his house, they went to the upper room, and Jesus, who is God, still got on his hands and knees and washed their yucky, dirty feet. And why did he do that? Because he was showing a symbol of, first of all, being humble and serving other people, but also because he was forgiving them of their sins. And remember, when I asked Jesus to forgive me, my whole heart is clean and white like snow, but I still have that yucky sin nature, so I still sin every day. So every single day I need to confess my sin. And then when he says do it to each other, it means that I'm gonna love you and I'm gonna forgive you for being mean to me or whatever you might have done. I'm gonna forgive that too. And that's a hard one to do, boys and girls, even when you're older like me. But that's what we need to do. So that's what he did. He washed their feet first. And remember, they were sitting at the table, kind of on the cushions. And I'm not going to talk about Judas yet. We'll talk about that later. I don't have the picture. Here we go. Now this picture, I personally think this picture is a little bit wrong because they weren't at a big table. They were probably at a smaller table, and they weren't sitting on chairs. They were sitting on cushions. So remember that. But Jesus was there with them, and they had a big meal. And boys and girls, this meal was for the Passover. And remember, the Passover was from when they were in Egypt, and God rescued them from being slaves there, and the angel of death that night passed over the house. So when they celebrated Passover, they would do a special lamb, just created for dinner. I don't want to eat a lamb, but that's what they ate back then. And they would do all kinds of special things and celebrate how God had rescued them from slavery. And so now Jesus was doing this the Passover with his disciples, and he said this. Are you ready? He said, he took a bread, he broke it, he prayed and thanked God, and then he said, take this bread, it's my body broken for you. Ew, right? But it was just a symbol to show them that he was going to die for them. Because remember the priests remember we talked last week about the tabernacle and the temple, and those priests never sat down. They had to keep killing all these lambs and disgusting, yucky stuff to cover up their sin. Remember that? And thankfully, we don't do that anymore today, right? We don't have to do that in church because Jesus came and he died on the cross for our sins. And once he did that, remember the temple, the big, thick curtain, it ripped. And then we can get to talk to Jesus now, and we can get forgiven for our sins forever because he was God and he was holy. Remember, he never sinned, not even once. And so then he took the wine. They had wine back then, different than today. And he had them all drink it, and he told them that it was his blood for them, which is disgusting, right? But it wasn't. It was just wine. But boys and girls, that was a symbol because they knew he was going to die. And these disciples, they didn't understand that. In fact, they didn't understand it until Easter, which we'll talk about that later. But right now, this was his symbol to them. And he had his very last meal with them. We call it the Last Supper because it was the last time that he ate with his disciples before he got arrested. And we're going to talk all about that later. But so this is just the upper room. So he told them how to be a humble servant. And we want to forgive other people when they do things to us. We want to forgive each other. And we got to ask for forgiveness to other people if we hurt them too. And then he did a reminder about how he was going to die for our sins. He didn't do it yet. He was just telling them what was going to happen. And so we can believe and we can trust in Jesus because he was God and he died for our sins. So that's it for today. I hope you all have a great day. We've handed all the packets out over there. I think most of them are handed out. So hopefully you're working on those this week. You can show your mommy our Nathan from Uganda. And you can also do your coloring sheets and do your cutting and your pasting and whatever else you can find to do there. Hope you're having a great day. Love you guys. Bye-bye.